Hey everybody, it's GommonX and welcome back to another Magic Arena video. It is Friday, that means it's time for Friday Night Magic at Home. This week's event is Treasure Singleton. It's a standard event in which you can only play one of every card in your deck, and you get one treasure token at the beginning of your upkeep every turn. So that can help you play big, splashy, multicolored decks by fixing your mana pretty well. That can help you ramp into high mana cost stuff well with those tokens, or you can play just an aggressive deck that cares about using all of that mana as quickly as possible. So this is a completely casual format in that this is like really not a format that's ever going to be used in a tournament setting, so I just made a fun little deck here out of a lot of the new cards that I've gotten out of recent Kaldheim drafts, and I used a couple wild cards to support my tribal theme here. So I just built a pretty simple red-blue Giants deck to try out all these new Kaldheim Giants in a fun, low-stakes environment, and I'm pretty pumped about it. I do like blue-red Giants a lot. I think it's a really cool theme, and we get access to some really cool cards like Mechagodzilla also being a giant, the Crystalline Giant, and then out of our non-creature cards, we just have a lot of burn spells, stuff that cares about giants like Fire Giant's Fury and Giant's Grasp, and then a little bit of card draw in blue like Opt and Behold the Multiverse type stuff. So this will be a pretty basic deck. I'll have the deck list in the description below if you're interested, although it's not a competitive deck in any way. It's not even anywhere near the best deck I could build for this format specifically, but they have banned a lot of the cards I think would be fun to try to play competitively in this format. A lot of cards that let you sacrifice treasure tokens to do fancy things, they just like banned them all, like the 2-mana Dwarf Magda that would let you sacrifice 5 treasures to search for any dragon in your deck. Stuff like that. They've kind of just removed all that kind of stuff from the format so they don't have to worry about it. That being said, this deck should hopefully have a decent time. I don't expect a lot of people to be playing anything built to really destroy this format. I think a lot of people will just be coming in to have fun during this Friday Night Magic event, so that is what I am trying to do as well. So I believe our opponent's on the play here, either that or we're waiting for them to decide mulligans. I think this opening hand is fine. It's not great, it's pretty slow, but we do have the Treasure Token Factory giving us a treasure every turn, so we can play a 5-mana card on like turn 3. Battle of Frost and Fire is going to be very good if we're playing against a more aggressive deck. Looks like we are on the play here. I'll play an island first, just so my castle comes into play untapped. At that rate, I could have just played this tapped turn 1, but it's kind of whatever. Either way is pretty interchangeable. I guess castle turn 1 lets us play... No, it really doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out here. I am going to have to play a lot more standard in the coming weeks because I do have a mythic qualifier token from being high level limited last month. But the tournament that I'm getting invited to is a standard tournament, so I really need to get used to playing all these all the standard power level cards and find a deck and try to learn it. So for now we're just playing some casual stuff. I'll go ahead and just counter that right now. Could have foretold it, but it would have cost me another treasure token to cast it right there. I do like being able to get the Cyclone Summoner out soon, so I'm just going to play the tap land and pass, so I can keep all my treasure tokens for later. This does blow up all of your opponent's treasure tokens when you cast it, which is pretty cute. Just destroy these tokens. Destroy their 1/1 token as well. Do I have enough mana for it? Ooh, yeah, I do. Let's go for it. Destroy their treasure token, destroy their 1/1. Keep them off of the Love-Struck Beast so that it can't attack here. Can still block though. This card's so solid. 3 mana for a 5/5. It can block no matter what, but it can only attack if you have a 1/1. I do really love the showcase style on it as well. All of the Eldraine showcase cards are beautiful. Most of the showcase cards just in general. So Vivian makes a 3/3 every turn. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to turn down the audio a little bit. It's a bit high for me. Ooh, Calamity Bearer, so my giants do double damage. Seems pretty sick. Actually, Calamity Bearer with a Kazul's Fury coming on. I guess Kazul's Fury is the card dealing the damage, not the giant itself, unfortunately. Does this hit Planeswalkers? Oh my god, Battle of Frost and Fire hits Planeswalkers too? So I could blow up Vivian and their 3/3. Or just play Calamity Bearer. I'm just going to play Calamity Bearer because I'm going to kill the token here on attacks regardless. I guess I could just go to their face. They're going to have to block it either way because they're not going to take 14 here. Now that my giants do double damage. This is a really cool card. So I'm definitely a bit out of my depth in terms of recording a constructed video, especially for just a fun format like this, because I don't even have any high-level commentary for what I should be doing, how to play this deck right, because I just built this for this fun little event. So we'll just take this as a little bit of a break from the very I wouldn't say like purely competitive mindset, but the mindset of making sure to get like as much value out of all of our plays and things like that. We're just gonna play big old giants and smash face, because that sounds like a good time. Does really kind of feel like I'm just smashing my opponent here, doing big giant stuff. Opponent does have a Vorinclex now, so Battle of Frost and Fire is stuck on one counter forever. As long as that's on the field, this just can't get counters. Oh my god, and I got a Giant's Grasp now. So as long as I control my 7/7 Giant, I will also control their Vorinclex. And is this lethal? This might be lethal even. No. Well, yeah, with Kazul's Fury. Okay, that was pretty big. Oh, they scooped, so I didn't even get to sacrifice their own Vorinclex for the final 6 damage to them. That would have been very cool. So we get our first reward in these FNM events. I definitely recommend playing in them. It's gonna be not that difficult, I feel, in general, to get your rewards, because everybody can just hop in with some casual decks. Eventually, somebody will probably just concede after mulliganing a few times, worst case scenario, and it's completely free. You only have to win 2 games to get your rewards, and they're both random rares. Unfortunately for me, the first one was just gems, although I guess I would prefer that to any rare. But it's certainly not as cool as some new card to my collection would be. Alright, see if we can't get our second win here. Gonna keep this. We are running both of the blue-red triomes. Sure, they do add a third color, but that's irrelevant. We're just running them for blue and red in this deck. Puppet Jace looks so sad when you have emotes off. I really wish that I could disable emotes but not pets. See, look at him waking up. I love that they made little animations for that stuff, for like when he goes to sleep and then when he wakes back up. That's like so cute. It's such a nice pet overall. Could be safe here just for Teleslot coming, and I can do that if I really need to. I don't think I will. I probably hoard my treasure tokens more than I need to. Because that turn I could have just played like a Craven Hulk or something, get this game started with a 4/4 on the board. Oh, well that just can't happen. That is one of the few cards that cares about treasures that they left unbanned. Since it does cost 5 mana, it doesn't come out so early. But now all their treasures sacrifice for double mana. Yeah, let's play a Craven Hulk this turn, I think. That sounds fine. Opponent's on 5 mana. 6 if they play a land. See what they have. Alright, they are playing the 5-color super treasure deck over here with the Sanctum of All. Beginning of their upkeep, they get to search their library or graveyard for any shrine and put it into play. Oh boy, so they're gonna be like a shrine deck over here. So we are just trying to like outrace them. Just Bonecrusher their face and then play a 4/3. That's the most damage I can get out of this card, and then hopefully they don't kill any of my cards, so next turn I can play Basalt Ravager and do 3 damage to their face when I play it. If they play any blockers, we can play Battle of Frost and Fire, clear out all the non-giants. Hoping we can just smash in here with a bunch of 4-power giants. Sanctum of Calm Waters is their choice, so they get to draw 2 cards, then discard 1. Next turn they'll be drawing 3, then discarding 1. Very solid shrine. Lots of card draw. Oh yeah, so they're 5-color shrines over here for sure, with an Idyllic Tutor discarded. And there's the Sanctum of Tranquil Light, making 3 shrines on board. It only costs 3 mana to tap one of my creatures now. Costs 6 mana total, reduced by the number of shrines you have, which they currently have 3. And a Solemn Simulacrum, drawing a card there. So I don't have enough mana to play Basalt Ravager and Thundering Rebuke or Squash, unfortunately, because Swiftwater Cliffs comes into play tapped. So I guess I will just play Basalt Ravager and shoot the Solemn to hit them for 8. They are tapped out, so we know they're not tapping one of our creatures here. They're down to 6 life. But that Sanctum of Tranquil Light will be able to tap our creatures for only 2 mana now. And they'll have a treasure token and a Sanctum of Stone Fangs to drain us some life. Four life that turn, 5 life next turn. Things are getting really scary for us. But they only have... actually, are either of these white? Ooh, one of their triumphs is white. Oh, and they took an extra turn after this one? I think we just lose then. If they take an extra turn after this one, they get another shrine. They drain us for 5 now. We're down to 12, and they're all the way up to 15. It only costs 1 mana to tap one of our creatures, and they have 3 white already. They'll get a 4th white when they get a treasure token. Oh, that was the turning point there. That extra turn was super solid. Sanctum of All definitely going off here. Are these some of the new pathways? These are all beautiful artwork on all the pathways. Looks like this is one of the old ones here, one of those Zendikar pathways. Opponent has a lot of card styles. No Sanctum of All style. Koma, the Cosmos Serpent. This thing has destroyed me utterly every time I've played against it in Limited. Card is pretty insane. Can't be countered. It can get indestructible by sacrificing a serpent, and you're getting a serpent each upkeep, not even only during your upkeep. So you get 2 per turn, basically. You can tap things down with them as well. Very, very threatening card. Fire Giant's Fury. +2/+2 trample. Whenever it deals combat damage, exile that many cards from the top. So if one of these hits my opponent, they take 6, and I get to draw 6 cards, basically. Just for 1 turn. Till the end of your next turn. Oh, that's actually better than I thought it was. I'm going to play Battle of Frost and Fire, and then I can sacrifice my treasure tokens to squash their Koma in response if they try to give it indestructible here. So I can get that off the board, get both their blockers hit for 8. But I am getting drained for like 6 next turn, and they've got a lot of mana. Oh, they're going to tap a permanent. Okay. Is this a giant? No, it's just a serpent. So we can use Thundering Rebuke instead then. They're probably not going to block, but I suppose we'd rather they block than use Thundering Rebuke. That's probably not right. We probably just need all these creatures. Alright, Thundering Rebuke on Koma. Alright, they're down to 11, but now they're back up to 17 here. They're going to gain 6, right? Get a 6th shrine on the board. Oh, wait, no, does that mean they all trigger twice now? Oh, actually just immediately die if they do. Wait, did they not pick up a shrine? Oh, the green one must be in their hand. Oh, that's rough. If the green one were in their deck, they could plop it onto the board, and then they drain twice because they control 6 or more. I would have died. Vorinclex it is. I might just die here still. The Great Henge. Okay, not quite dead. I'm taking 6 right now. They've got 1 mana up. Blow up Basalt Ravager, no mana up. Take 6, I'm alive. I've got 1 final turn to maybe find a way to do 18 here. I don't think that it will happen, but we'll see. Giant's Grasp. Again on Vorinclex. I could steal Vorinclex twice in a row here. I guess I can steal their Sanctum of Stonefangs, so that it doesn't just immediately kill me, but I'll still just die from them attacking. So, attack with Bonecrusher Giant to use the Fire Giant's Fury here to draw a couple cards, maybe draw an out. What's a sorcery? Oh, well, I'm not drawing any more cards here now then. That's embarrassing. I guess I get to shoot Vorinclex and trade there, but then I am dying to the Sanctum. I can only steal something if I have a Giant on the board. So I now have to shoot Jolrael if I want to steal something with Giant's Grasp. I can't steal Vorinclex and the Sanctum of Stonefangs. So we might have been able to survive another turn there. But definitely wouldn't have won regardless, I'm fairly sure. Heading to our 3rd round here with our Kaldheim Frost Giants deck. Alright. This is not really a keepable hand, even with the treasure tokens, I feel. I guess turn 2 I get to play like Bloodline Pretender, and then that gets a counter every time I play anything else. And I've got Bonecrusher for 2. I think I got a mulligan. I do have both my colors, but I'm still having to sacrifice a lot of treasures to do things here. I'm not going to mulligan down to 5, though. Let's get rid of Thundering Rebuke. Hope we're not against something with specific creatures that we really want to kill. If they're like an aggressive deck, Frost and Fire is just going to kill everything anyway. That'll be great. Got this Battle of Frost and Fire every game so far, which is very nice. Opponent starts with Temple of Triumph, so they're starting with a tapped dual land. Could definitely be another 5-color sort of strategy. Those decks will profit a lot from the treasure tokens. I think I'm foretelling here, although I could play Basalt Ravager or Aegar. I'd like to foretell this, because even if they kill this, it's going to be doing 2 damage to my opponent every one of my upkeeps. Kargan Intimidator from our opponent. So maybe something aggressive there. I kind of like putting Aegar on this field. Really would like to draw land. I guess I'm playing Kazul's Fury as a land now. Sacrifice 1 treasure to play Aegar. And pass the turn. Hoping that they don't kill Aegar. I hope that they just tap out, sacrifice a lot of tokens to put a bunch more like 3/1s on the board. Because then if I cast Battle of Frost and Fire, I get to blow up all their stuff and leave Aegar on the board. I suppose Aegar only draws cards off of Giants, Wizards, or spells. Is this a spell? Once it's on the board, it's an enchantment, right? So it would be taking damage from an enchantment's triggered ability, so I don't think I actually get to draw extra cards, Battle of Frost and Fire plus Aegar, which is kind of a flavor fail, but it happens. Maybe you should have just played Quakebringer first. I was playing the Aegar because I was kind of just assuming with Battle of Frost and Fire being like this big, giant tribal card, I would be able to draw the extra cards off of it if I killed stuff with that, but I don't think that's how it works. Sure, a Saga is a spell, but once it's on the battlefield, it's just an enchantment permanent dealing the damage. So I don't think it counts. Either way, it's pretty irrelevant since they did just kill Aegar anyway. I kind of want to just play a Ravager and shoot the Intimidator now. Then they just have Arnie. So I can get a 4-2, so I can be cracking back at them. Ooh, they could actually sacrifice a treasure to save Intimidator now. Did not read that card particularly well. They can only do it once per turn, but once would be enough to save it from Basalt Ravager. So they must have something they want to ramp into here, if they didn't sacrifice a treasure token. Ooh, Gold Span Dragon, yeah, that would be a thing. Get the double mana out of those treasure tokens. You've got 2 of them, so they've got 4 mana. They're going to Frostbite Ravager. I'm actually happy to see that, because I didn't want to block anyway. So if I'm getting that removal spell out of the way, that's fine. Already attacks for 5 if they sack that Treasure and Boast. So I take 9, but then I get to Battle of Frost and Fire, kill other creatures. Uh-oh. I actually really want them to tap out. The fact that he didn't activate Arnie has me very worried and suspicious of what they could be holding to protect the dragon. Or even just the Arnie. Embereth Shieldbreaker. Okay, 1 card in hand, Battle of Frost and Fire here. And I've got just Bergstrider in hand after this, so I just cast Quakebringer, I think, for all these treasures. Because I could very well just hit like a land or something, and then I have all the mana I need with Bergstrider. I don't get to scry until after I've drawn a card already. So, drawing blindly here, I think I'm perfectly likely to just hit a land and then be fine with not having all those treasure tokens anymore. We'd rather just have the 5-4 on board right now. Opponent says, good game. Oh, they're just going to scoop him up. I guess, I mean, I do have the 5-4 out. I have got the Bergstrider in hand to tap down that. I'm scrying 3 there with a blue-red Giants deck. I'm likely to have bigger creatures than they would in a Boros aggressive deck. Alright, so that will end that Friday Night Magic. We've got our 2 wins, got our rares out of there. See what we get. Looks like not just gems this time. Varagoth Bloodsky Sire. I did have this in my last Kaldheim draft deck, and it was pretty solid. Although I don't think I boasted with it a single time. There was one time where I really should have and didn't end up doing it, but most of the time this just sat there as like a 2-3 Death Touch blocker, and I needed it for that. Or it just got blown up by removal the second it touched the board. Really cool card though, really fun card, nice tutor effect that you can do every single turn. So that is going to end this week's FNM video. If you enjoyed that content, thank you very much for watching. This is not the typical kind of video for me. Most of what I do is limited if you are interested in that. Lots of drafts and sealed in the coming week. We should expect a ton of that, but then next Friday, I'll be doing the Friday Night Magic again, and it should be Momir next week, which I'm very pumped about. That is a format that I just enjoy a ton, so I may even I may even go past just my first 2 wins. I suppose it depends how long they take there. This one, of course, did only take like 24 minutes, which is much shorter than the usual videos because drafts and sealed events do take quite a while, but it'll be nice to have a little break from all the magic here. Take a short break, just play some casual games today, but get right back into that limited grind tomorrow with some more Kaldheim Limited. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow for more Magic Arena content.